it is worth bringing up just on the subject of the USC LSU game. LSU and USC are in the same boat in a lot of ways. I wrote about this at Trojans Wire a week ago, but let's just talk about that now that we're on the subject. Their secondaries were horrible last year. Their defensive coordinators were horrible last year. Both coaches have dramatically retooled their defensive staffs in the offseason. They have both swung and missed at transfer portal prospects along the defensive line. They both have mysterious quarterback situations this year after having a Heisman Trophy winner leave the program and become a number 2 and a top 2 NFL draft pick. Caleb Williams 1, Jaden Daniels 2. So these programs have a lot in common as we head into 2024. It was really fascinating. Oh wait, that's similar. Oh, and that's similar. Oh, and that's the same. Oh, and that is these programs are inhabiting eerily similar situations, and therefore, Mark, I've been looking at. I don't spend time looking at polls, but the people I work with, the other College Wire sites, people who are always conversing and trading information. We're always looking for story ideas and content in these off-season months. Well, the other College Wire editors that I work with, they pointed out these composite top 25 post-spring rankings from CBS, ESPN, The Athletic, other outlets. LSU's close to the top 10 in multiple post-spring top 25s, and USC's not in a top 25. I don't get that. If LSU and USC are in such similar situations, and they are, empirically, they are in very similar situations. Why is it that LSU's pretty much in the top 15 and USC's outside the top 25? And that's a fascinating thing. And I know people in the comments are going to go, Matt, it's 3 letters, or maybe perhaps 4. The 3 letters we know, and the other 4 are ESPN. That might have something to do with it, but these are different media outlets. It's not just ESPN. It's also CBS. It's also The Athletic. Also USA Today Sports as well. It is a bit of a puzzler that LSU, just in terms of ranking, and I know this doesn't mean that LSU is going to win the game, but it's just fascinating that 2 teams can be in such similar situations, and yet there's a significant gap in national perception based on the post-spring football offseason rankings.
And pretty similar talent. And they both have starting quarterbacks now who are much different than their predecessors. And they have 2 starting quarterbacks in LSU with Garrett Nussmeier and, of course, Miller Moss, who had auditions in postseason play and performed extremely well. And I have pretty strong confidence that they're both going to be very capable quarterbacks, close to the top of the line. Not all Americans, not Heisman Trophy candidates necessarily, but very good, productive quarterbacks for each respective team. And they're very similar in talent level as well in regards to the entire rosters and the starting lineups on both sides with USC and LSU. This could also be an answer to your observation concerning the rankings, Matt, is that I find that a lot of these people, and these writers in particular, they make a projection when they make a ranking. That's not how I do it. When I release a top 25 at the beginning of the season, even before they play. Now, once they play, it's all based on the results, and the results are king. But before, if I'm asked to and I deliver a top 25, I do it based solely on how good I think the teams are. I believe number 1 is the best team in the country. Number 2 is the second best team in the country, and on down the line. I'm not looking at schedules trying to make a prediction to say, oh, this team's loaded. They're really good, but oh, look at that murderer's schedule. They're going to go 9-3. And so they're the 4th best team in the country, but I'm going to drop them to 12. Or, look at this light schedule. This is a cakewalk. This team's really not that good, but man, they're going to make their way to 10-2 because I don't do it like that. I rank the teams where I believe they should be placed, and I allow the games then to unfold and tell us where they should be ranked based on the results.
That's why you're the best, and that's why the voice of college football is the authority on college football rankings. And it's also why I can't wait for the season to start, because then the off-season conjecture, which means nothing other than a warm bucket of spit, we can just dispense with that. But of course, it's May, so like we're talking rankings and we're talking projections, and that's just the way this industry goes. So like this is the time of year to talk about those kinds of things, and it's gonna be fascinating to see how quickly various off-season opinions do or don't hold up.